Deceptive. Many animals use trickery in order to catch food, baiting their prey into believing it has an easy meal before turning it into a meal itself. Humans have adopted this technique due to its incredibly successful nature, but what are the best lures in the animal kingdom? In this video, we will dive into 5 of the craziest lures in nature. Starting off with number 5, probably the most famous animal with a lure, the anglerfish. Probably the most common example of natural lures, they appear in many deep-sea documentaries as well as movies such as Finding Nemo. Anglerfish live in the pitch-black midnight zone of the ocean, where they use their light-based lure to attract any prey they can fit into their massive mouths. This lure is made of light-emitting bacteria and a special muscle that either reveals or conceals the light. They can grow up to 4 feet long and weigh an impressive 110 pounds. Most of their size is dedicated to a large mouth and teeth, designed to trap any prey they may encounter since resources are scarce in the deep sea. While an impressive lure, their well-known nature and similarity to other deep-sea lure users couldn't secure them a spot any higher than 5th on this list. Next up at number 4, the alligator snapping turtle. This turtle lives in rivers, lakes, and swamps in the southern U.S. and northern Mexico. They look like dinosaurs and can have a shell length of 2 feet and weigh up to 250 pounds. They have a bite force of over 1,000 psi, which they use to catch fish, frogs, and just about anything that gets too close to their mouth, including small mammals. But they are on this list because of their tongue, which has evolved to look like a worm, which they wiggle around to lure in the prey items outlined above. Once prey gets close enough, they clamp down with their powerful jaws, trapping, killing, or cutting their prey before eating it. While impressive, some of the upcoming lures put this one to shame, but it sits comfortably at number 4 on our list. At number 3, another ocean dweller, the wobbegong shark. This shark lives in shallower water in sandy shorebeds or coral reefs. It can grow up to 10.5 feet long depending on the species. This shark eats a wide variety of prey, including invertebrates like octopus, crabs, lobsters, and shrimp, as well as many bony fish that live on the reef and nearby waters. An interesting shark, the wobbegong doesn't need to swim to breathe, unlike many more famous sharks. It also is capable of walking using its pectoral and pelvic fins to drag it along the seabed or between tide pools. But why is it on this list? This shark will lie motionless on the seabed or within a cave and will sway its tail imitating a fish. Other fish will see this and either try to eat it or see it as a sign of safety in the vicinity. Regardless, they usually swim too close to the wobbegong's mouth, where they are either swallowed whole or killed and eaten in chunks. A less well-known lure user that tricks a wide variety of prey items cements the wobbegong as number 3 on our list. Our runner-up at number 2 is the ant-mimicking spider. Now I know what you are thinking. I thought this was a lure list. Why is a mimic on it? Well, because this mimic uses its whole body as a lure. This is a group of spiders that, as the name suggests, mimics ants. These spiders will go so far as to use their front to legs as fake antennae, and have their pedipalps, the feelers near their face, as fake ant heads. They do all this so that they can infiltrate the ant group without arousing suspicion. Once they kill another ant and pretend to be disposing of the dead as they carry their prize off, they may also enter the ant nest and steal their young. Truthfully, not as much of a lure as the rest of our contenders, but simply too cool to leave off the list. And finally, the champion of animal kingdom lures, the spider-tailed horned viper. This snake was only discovered less than 100 years ago and formally described much more recently. As such, they are relatively unknown. They are less than 3 feet long and live near the border of Iran and Iraq. They blend in almost perfectly to the rocks and sand there. However, it is their lure that is truly impressive. Their tail ends in a bulb, and just above this bulb are a few spiky, leaf-like points. When waved around, it gives an incredibly deceptive appearance of a spider crawling. They use this lure to catch mainly birds, but also lizards and rodents, which they kill with their venom before eating. With such a unique and convincing lure, they had to get the top spot on our list. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree with the list? What would you change? And as always, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next Savage Showdown.